Welcome to a new episode of our podcast. We have a very, very special guest today. He's Andrea. He will tell you more about himself, but I need to tell you that he's a very special guy. We met 5 years ago, I think, when we did together the cruising instructor course. And since then, I think we've met only 2 times. Yeah. But he hasn't changed a bit, so he has very interesting stories about his sailing life. He's also living aboard on a sailing boat. He's also a very good instructor. He's also a Yachtmaster Instructor. So he has so many certifications. But in the end, I would like him to tell you what is like the most important thing to take in consideration in sailing. But this is going to be like in the middle of the podcast. Hi Andrea, welcome to our podcast.
Thank you, Radu. Good morning. It's very nice to be here and with your great crowd and followers.
Thank you. So, Andrea, tell us something about you. What made you start sailing, and how did you start sailing?
I started sailing later in my life. I was a windsurfer. Then I had to work at some point in life when you are 19, 20. So I focused on my family business and I traveled over abroad. And then I went to live in America. And I sort of stopped windsurfing, and I was dedicated to the business. Then in America I saw so many sailing opportunities, many clubs, many...
You mean sailing clubs, right?
Sailing clubs.
Yeah. Okay.
Also nightclubs, but you know, the serious stuff are the sailing clubs. And also over there sailing is very, very friendly. At every economical level. If you are rich, there are rich boat. If you are medium boat. Or if you are really normal person, there are also very simple club, very affordable. You can have a big super yacht marina and next to it a pop and mom operation with the little veggie gardens, and the fees are very low. So I found it very attractive to start to sail again. And then I took in England is not, sorry, in UK, in America is not mandatory to have a driving license for boat, a conducting license, but they do local courses because then you can have insurance
But that thing
coverage.
with not having the license is like if you own a boat or if you just want to charter a boat, do they require a license or not?
For commercial purposes and insurance coverage, you need to have certified by the Coast Guard. They have a 100-ton coastal skipper certificate. Okay. Instead, to own you without any knowledge, you can buy the biggest boat available, an air carrier, and it's perfectly legal. They have a lot of accidents, especially motorboats, because people they like to party in the south, also in the lake. Also lakes, they have a lot of lakes, and especially the big part of America, the inside, the Midwest, they have a lot of lakes and they do sailing, but a lot of houseboat, those huge houseboats, floating houseboat, and motorboat.
So they move those houseboats from place to place, or they are?
They have actually there is a big ring. You can actually go from Boston all the way to Florida. Along canals, and then back along canals to New Orleans, back up to the Mississippi River. I can't remember. I think it's the Ohio River. You to the Great Lakes again back to Boston.
I read somewhere that was like the escape route for presidentials. If they couldn't escape by helicopter, plane, whatever, that was the escape route.
I can't remember. It's a series of canal, but you can check a great route. But it's what people does, when they retire, because it's beautiful because you stops. I mean, it's like 5,000 miles, something like this. So it's really long, and you visit a lot of places.
How did you start sailing? Like, when was your first interaction?
My call was at the beginning when my father wanted to buy a boat. He couldn't decide if it was a motorboat or a sailing boat. So I said, Dad, let me ride a sailboat delivery from Isola d'Elba to Genova. It's a 3-day trip, and I'll let you know if it's something you can appreciate, like, and do it. Then, so I did it. We arrived. It was very beautiful. 3 beautiful days. Sailing, friendship, nature. But I realized it's time-consuming. Knowledge, is weather-dependent. My father was a businessman, so he needed something reliable. That on Saturday you go there, you turn the key, power on, go to the beach, enjoy, come back.
So the decision was easy. Like,
yes, Dad,
take the powerboat.
So you're gonna buy a powerboat. I'm gonna get the license, take care of it, but I'm gonna join the sailing club, which is in the port where you're gonna keep the boat. So that's why I started, and I was already 20, something, 19, 20.
Yeah. So you are from Italy, right?
Yes, I'm from Modena, so I'm not near the sea. But I always like to swim, to dive, to scuba diving. I found the sailing and boating all related, not just sailing, but to live in a sailboat, to live in the sea, the most free spirit possible. Land is all owned by the government, by private, by organization. You can go with your sailboat in front of the most expensive villa in Porto Cervo and the same view.
Yeah, and
for
pay
free.
nothing.
Exactly. And you get tired, you don't have to sell the house to change the view. You just move the boat to another place, I've been in Venice 5 years. Now I've been in Sardinia for 5 years.
How did you get to live on a boat? It was like you...
The first live aboard happened in America when I was started to pay huge rent in New York. So I bought this boat and I kept in Virginia Beach, Norfolk, which is another capital of boating. It's in the Chesapeake Bay, where actually all the military ships are kept, the big air carrier and the submarines. But there is also an history of craftsmanship of wood boat. They have academy, they have school. I mean, it's everywhere along the coast because in America was there was no highway until the World War II ended, with Eisenhower highway project. So the big transport in America were always along the shores.
Yeah.
From Boston to Florida, all by boat, never truck, no train.
Yeah.
And they used to build wooden boat along the shore. You can see when you fly, big square boxes on the trees, forest. They used to make forest next to the river, build the boat, slide it in the river and make business.
Yeah.
I decided to buy a boat in Norfolk, Virginia. I saw it on the internet. I bought this beautiful boat, a wooden boat. Yes, I have a serious, traditional boat. I ended up in 3 years of restoration, spending a lot of money to marriage. Then a guy say, Andrea, I see you working by the stuff, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I have a boat yard. I'm retiring. I have all the tools, the machinery, and the skill that works. Let me help you because you're gonna die here without even see the sea. So at the end, we decided to sell the wooden boat, and with the money I collected, we bought a simple 10-meter modern Catalina 33.
33?
Yeah.
Nowadays,
10 meters,
33, it's like a really small boat. Nobody wants to buy such a small boat.
Yeah. And I got it inside. I paint everything white inside. Outside, the hull was blue, and it was a simple boat. I lived 5 years, 4.5, along the shores. I went to Maine in the summer, to Orlando and Fort Lauderdale in the winter. Sorry.
I didn't know you had so much experience in the States, in sailing-wise. And then you came back to Europe?
Then a friend of mine, a photographer, I worked in fashion, so I had seasonal work. We work a lot during the fashion sales weekend, month, January, February, and part of March. Then for April, May, June, July, you're free. At August, you go back to Italy, prepare the new collection. You work September, October, then you're free again. So those 3 months we used to sell. And he was a photographer.
Just tell the people what do you mean by working the fashion industry?
My family makes alligator accessories.
Alligator accessories.
Yeah, I mean, using the alligator skin, we make accessories, which are shoes, bags, belt. Actually, check it out, tardini.club.
He's going to pay
the commission.
The commercial, yeah. I asked him for a bag, give me an alligator bag, and he said, yeah, of course, give me 70,000 euros, and that's it. No, I want it for free.
The luggage is very expensive, but maybe a small bracelet.
Okay. I'll take my measurements from the watch.
You want a watch band? You want?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then this photographer say, Andrea, I deliver this boat from North America, New York, Annapolis, Philadelphia. You bring the rich people boat to the Caribbean in November. They do all the winter season there. And then in May you bring them back because the hurricane season starts. Insurance is very high and it's very dangerous. Plus they want to enjoy their boat in the Chesapeake Bay, in the Long Island Sound, in Boston, Cape Cod. And we did 1, 2, 4 trips. It's called Caribbean 1500. It's actually a race. You go from the northeast coast to the Caribbean and you bring them back in May. Okay. It's about 10, 12 days, 15 days. You go across the Gulf Stream and you go straight south, and then you end up in the Caribbean, either British Island or the American islands.
Nice. So how did you
end up in Italy?
In Italy, in Europe, how did you change the boat?
I changed the boat suddenly. I had so the last year with my boat, my visa expired. I wanted to leave with my boat from America to the Caribbean and leave it in Bahamas actually, because they have flight direct to England. I miscalculated the weather, the potentiality of the boat, and the person with me. So I end up in a revolving storm along the East Coast, and unfortunately I was very wild and not wise, and I didn't have a life raft, not even a SSB radio. I had just the VHF.
Oh wow!
And we capsized the boat at night, and we have to ask for rescue. They came to pick up with a helicopter the day after.
Oh, tell us more about this.
It was a serious storm. You have this warm water coming up the Gulf Streams against the cold air from the Canadian high pressures.
Yeah.
And when they meet, it starts the Sparrow. Was the end of the hurricane season. Was end of November. Was the 3rd of December. This low pressure started to come along the shores. The forecast said, okay, if you cross the Gulf Stream in 3 days,
you'll be safe.
You're going to be outside of it.
Yeah.
Okay. But my boat was not that fast, and the Gulf Stream was very strong, 2.5, 3 knots.
It was against you.
Yes, the Gulf Stream goes from southwest to northeast, and it's very beautiful. You really see when at a certain time you will see the water becoming like Caribbean color.
I've seen some pictures on the internet.
You can really
with
see
such a difference.
There is a different color. You put your hand inside, it's warm.
And the other side is cold.
The other side is cold. That's Atlantic, that's Caribbean water coming up.
Wow.
It's really a miracle. Yeah, it's like you have to choose the narrow passage, which is 80 miles, and is where the Gulf Stream leaves America at the Cape Hatteras area in the Carolinas, between North and South Carolina, and it goes straight for Ireland in England. That's why in England you have a better weather than Poland at the same latitude.
So the storm caught you in the end?
Caught you there, and then we stayed 2 days in the storm, really in the
eye of the storm?
In the eye of the
you were moving with it?
Along it, yes.
How was the feeling of this? I mean, did you feel scared or?
When we got rescue and we got the report from the Coast Guard in Elizabeth City, the biggest Coast Guard station, the waves were 28 to 29 feet. Wind gusting around 50 knots, which are not crazy situation, but I was not prepared. The vessel was not prepared, and I was alone with a girlfriend that has been with me in the boat for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So she was not used to really, riding these rocking waters. She becomes very frantic and really crazy. She really started to scream.
Like a panic attack.
Super panic attack. Out of control. I have to tie her in the front cabin. Yes, she wanted to jump. After one day, it was getting worse. She couldn't take it anymore. I don't sleep. I don't swim. I'm afraid. It's cold and it's hot and it rains. It rains all the time.
And around you, because you were in the middle of the storm, it was only cloudy and.
First, I mean, we realized we were in the middle when I saw the big circle.
Yeah.
You really see the big eye. It's true what we study in the books and we see. So I had to tie her down, and one night I was steering downwind with just a little bit of Genoa open, this massive wave, and the boat was surfing, and always a counter rudder. I was too slow, or I got tired, and we got capsized.
Wow!
But very fast.
You were at the helm.
I was at the helm.
You were hooked, I suppose.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hooked. But it was so fast that I didn't even left the.
Oh my God! So the boat capsized, and you were for a moment underwater.
But very fast.
How did you feel in that moment, or you didn't realize?
I was in the dark. I realized it because it's like when you go upside down and you feel the blood in the eyes.
Yeah. Wow.
I realized it because I saw the waves.
Yeah.
And it was a breaker, so it was all white and with the ice colored water and the foam. So
Those are the most dangerous waves, the ones that breaks, and if they are more than the width of your boat, then yeah, it's on a capsize.
Now, this was
situation.
much wider. I mean, much higher than the boat. What must be 270, maybe not even 3 meters wide.
Yeah. Okay, so you capsized.
Much more
you came back.
More than Alati. It was more than Alati.
Yeah, and you said the second time also capsized.
Yes, twice. Once and twice we did.
Wow.
Very fast. We didn't lose the mast because there was no sails up.
Yeah.
So there was no friction in the water. The jib was really a napkin.
Yeah.
The problem is that the microwave flew from port to starboard and crashed the porthole.
Oh my God! Okay. This is like in the movie. So now you had the...
Plus the battery lost acid.
Yeah.
The fuel came off a little bit. So there was downstairs was like a mess.
Wow.
Smelling, slippery because the fuel went everywhere. You cannot touch, you know, even the...
And the girlfriend was still tied to the bed.
Was yeah.
Okay, so how did you give the distress?
The distress, I was not prepared. Guys, don't do what I did, okay? No life raft, no SSB radio, no satellite phone, no temporary satellite. You can rent a satellite phone if you don't want to buy it. I had to leave in a hurry for a number of reasons. And so, you know, I read many books about, you know, improvised sailors, blah, 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 blah. We only read the one that survived and arrived, not the one that didn't make it, you know, all this American spirit of free will, entrepreneur, adventure. The day before I left, my mother said, Andrea, how can we follow you? So I went to the store and they were selling at the sports store Garmin track.
Only the GPS
But was the original one.
Yeah,
we talk about 2009.
Yeah.
So it was you registered 10 emails.
Yeah.
And he gave you a signal every 2-3 hours. Okay, it was $99. It was for trekking the mountain. And so I put my partner in New York in the business of Alligator, my parents, the marina, the guy from the boat yard helping fixing the boat and this new boat, this second boat, and that's it. And you registered online at the time. The problem is that it was very cheap. 99 is like an Napier but very basic, you know. And there was also a help function.
Okay.
So the second night that we were inside, I was able to take all the water out, but we couldn't handle the boat because first of all, the front stay lost the pin holding the pin, you know, and it was shaking all the time. So, and the vibration on the boat when the gust hits the wind, the mast and the shroud, it feels like a guitar. It's like shaking like crazy. So everything shakes, and that one I was afraid was coming off more. So I kind of stopped it with pinza pappagallo, the wise grips, the one you stop.
Okay.
I have a couple of those. I stopped with that, but I know I couldn't use the sails anymore.
Yeah.
Okay. And even, I think I lost the top lift and something else. There was some other wires going wild. Okay. And also the engine, because the waves, I didn't realize when I was riding the waves and they pushed me from behind, they filled up the exhaust pipe all the way to the engine. So we don't even, I couldn't engine anywhere with that condition, but I have no power.
Electricity, no
power. So I couldn't turn on the Garmin to see where I was. Okay. So one night I decided, I pushed the button, help, let's see if something happened. Plus, you know, when you are inside the boat and this wave hits you, the fin keel is, the keel of the boat start to vibrate. All the water sprouts around it. And at a certain point I thought, if it breaks, what we do? You know, in that moment you are inside the boat and the boat is like riding alone. I tied up the wheel and I had to sleep once in a while. I had those cheap autopilot on the wheel, like this one. These are for motoring, like they couldn't, the teeth were jumping, of the mechanism.
Oh shit.
And so as I push it, it was like early evening, 6 or 7 p.m. It was already dark, and then I switched the radio on and I waited. And then around midnight or 1, I hear the sailing vessel croak, this is Coast Guard and the number. And I hear a jet.
Oh wow. So they sent
because they recognized the signal,
Yes.
and they recognized it was a weak signal,
Yeah.
which was not precise,
Yeah.
like a 6-mile radius.
Okay.
So they sent a jet to scramble the area, like in the pattern. No? The jet find us, reported, and they send a C-1330.
Yeah.
The
helicopter.
The big Hercules, the big airplane, C-130.
Okay.
With the 4 engine, it goes around you at 300 meters, so 1,000 feet above. So that one arrives.
Yeah.
So they say, Coast Guard, we're gonna send you the rescue airplane. The rescue plane come above you, ask you how many on board, what's the problem, what's the issue, is there anybody endangered, blah, blah. Say, we are in danger because we can't maneuver, we have no engine, we cannot use the sails. You know, we have a water leak in the sense that the water comes through the porthole. Where are we gonna go? You know, it's not that I'm abandoning, a $3 million vessel. It's like I paid, $12,000.
Oh my God.
So I have a person with me that is not injured, but he's gone wild. It's hallucinating completely. She wanted to jump over water because she wanted to quit the pain. Okay, so we can send you an helicopter for rescue, for airlift. You are too small. We cannot drop you, the man on the boat or the big basket in the boat because it's too small.
Yeah.
You have to arrange. They explain you have to arrange. You print the person. You throw it. We're gonna drop a diver in the boat on your leeward side. You have to push the other passenger out. We will bring it away from the boat. We're gonna lower the basket, pick it up, and then we do the same with you.
Yeah.
Okay. Keep the boat as you do. It's okay. It was broadside. They drop the guy, the dive. So the helicopter arrives like a Christmas tree in America, no?
Yeah.
A beautiful helicopter with 1,000 lights. I was like, oh my God, it's like a spaceship.
The UFO.
But they're very professional. You can hear from their voice. They train it day and night. So very smooth voice. They tell you a few things and very precise. You follow them. So I prepared the person, life jacket, of course, inflated, kicked in the water. She was screaming like hell. The problem was that the boat was surfing so fast that the diver was
struggling.
Even if he's a super athlete, was struggling.
Yeah.
So I have to drop
a drogue or something.
I don't even have a drogue. I think I took a sail. I roll it up like a big bag.
Yeah.
I touch to a line and I throw it out, and then the tension on the line was unimaginable. When he got under tension, it didn't break because it was very thick, but you can hear the force applied to it.
Oh, so
I went through a cleat and 2 inches to make sure it didn't.
Wow. And that slowed down the boat.
Slowed down the boat a lot. Yeah.
Good to know.
Very long line because you don't want. He has to go be 100, 150 meters behind you, so it follows the waves. So we slow down the boat. I pushed Sophia into the water. The diver took her away. I saw them, working with the helicopter up and down for a long time, 20, 25, 30. It took them 43 minutes.
Only for her?
To be able to jump both of them into the basket, this long basket, and go up. So the captain of the helicopter called me and said, "Well, we are low on fuel. We cannot have you jump on water, and maybe you take another 45 minutes and come back. So we don't take these chances. You are the skipper of the boat. Stay in the boat. We're gonna come back or send another helicopter."
Oh wow! And they did like this?
Yes. I waited a couple of hours. Another helicopter came, and actually it was the same. Went, drop her, and they came back to pick me up. The boat was stable. Was not gonna sink immediately. And still the plane. Another C-130 came because they replace every 4 hours they change.
Yeah.
The second helicopter arrived. I know the drill. Actually, I was wearing a swimsuit.
Okay.
A scuba diving suit with my passport, the few money I had into a sealed pocket under the head. I jumped in the water. I went with the swimmer. It took 20 minutes to get into the basket. The basket is very big. It's very dangerous because if it hits you, it kills you. It's like a small car. It's really full steel. It has 2 floaters. So we were able to jump into it. We were lifted up. They checked my pressure, my heartbeat. They covered me up and said, "Let's go home." I said. I saw the helicopter. They have a camera.
Yeah.
The pilot has a camera. They look down so you can see the winches and the basket and what we're doing. And they have a radar that reads the waves in front of them. And they can, before the waves arrive, they know how to go up and down 5, 6, 7 meters.
Oh wow!
That's why I say the waves are 28 feet. We can see them with the radar, and we have to follow them to over correctly.
Incredible.
We went back. They take us to the station. It's, as I said, Elizabeth City Station, and medical check. 3 days in for our secondary drowning or other problem. They see that I have a passport, and so if you want to enter America, that's without a visa. That's a little expensive.
Yeah, the boat was abandoned.
The boat was abandoned.
Never.
You have to take. You have to take away your airpier with you.
Yeah.
Don't leave it in the boat. I ask you, can you send a vessel to rescue the boat? Say, sir, we are in the life-saving business, not in the boat rescue business.
Well,
so the boat was not worthwhile to send.
I understand.
To send a towing.
And you never heard of that boat anymore, like?
Actually, I paid $3,000 to send an airplane from a club, private club. The guy from the boat yard said, Andrea, we can call my friend, he has a plane, he can go there and search it. Because it maybe end up close to the shoals of Hatteras. Okay. Before I left, I dropped the anchor with all the rope I had.
Okay.
Because I know there are shoals.
So you can maybe
over there, also in the Great Banks. You can think.
But?
Never heard of.
Never heard. Wow. Yeah. Did they charge you anything?
Nothing. Zero.
Nothing. Wow.
1 jet, 2 airplanes C-130 and 2 helicopters.
This is why America is in debt now.
Because of me.
Now you see Trump has a...
And funny things, you have to get, they're gonna take off your life jacket, cut it so that it cannot be used, and they have a wall of fame. They have all the life jacket of the people they save. A huge wall.
Wow. Unbelievable.
So from that experience, I said, okay, I want to be more professional. That's why I started RYA, career as a sailor and then as an instructor after, because I wanted to make my passion a living.
Yeah, I always tell my my audience that get out at sea only when you are fully prepared.
Yes.
Take always like the bad things that might happen. Put them in your first place.
Yeah, look for the worst, prepare for the worst, so you're at least, and also be resourceful, because at the end, it's possible to make it. Even if I have nothing, blah, blah, be positive, fix what you can fix. I like to say to my students, don't worry, body floats. They always find the corpse. In the sense that nature is our side a little bit. So stay positive, work it out. Don't be frantic. Don't overreact. Both float by nature if you don't really break it in two. So.
Then this is a good subject, because many times people got scared and jumped in the life raft. And the boat was still floating. It
was recovered on the beach.
Yeah, exactly.
And maybe they got lost or died.
So they disappeared in the life raft, but the boat was still there. Sure. So it should be like the last resort if the boat is not floating.
They say when the water is here, you abandon the ships, because you don't leave something big for something more. Something where you have food, medicine, toilet, fresh water.
Yeah. Another reason that you can abandon the boat if you ran out of rum. You became an instructor. How is your instructor life? How do you find it?
I love it very much. First of all, because you always meet new people from different countries, different aspects of life.
Even Romanians?
Yeah, sometimes you have to work with Romanians too. I love Romanian.
Yeah.
Italian, Romanian, very similar, very close. To be an instructor is, first of all, it keeps me always active in all this aspect of sailing and maritime life, because I also do some racing, some delivery, but then you become you focus on certain areas.
Yeah, you hit like a hole, like a wall. You don't.
Not only maybe you don't grow anymore, but you focus maybe only on sail trims, for example, or best performance, and you lack in security or docking or the complete ABCD list of things in sailing, or leaving the sea. Okay, to be a mariner, a complete mariner. And I don't like so much this term skipper, but mariner. Okay, mariner is more complete.
Yeah. What's your biggest challenge when teaching?
Besides a little bit of English performance, the challenge, I'm really sad if I cannot make the student comfortable at sea. I want him to leave and say, yes, I like it, I want to do it. Maybe I'm not perfect, even better, so I have another challenge to work on it and become a frequent sailor. So not becoming just a one-time experience. It can be a one-time experience. You try it, maybe you like it, but it's not for you for your rest of the life. But if you really engage on it, you marry the sea. And I say to people, the sea brings you to many aspects. History, so you can study where you're going, the history of sailing, the history of maritime, the country that you're visiting, so you attack to geography, history, literature. You can start to read the book about Moby Dick, for example, or the great sailors.
Also, it's not only about taking a boat and put loud music and get drunk 1 week, no?
Marine life, wildlife, studying the animals, the fish, the birds, the nature attached to it.
So this is an interesting aspect because nowadays there are many people, let's say, driving the boats, but there are less and less sailors, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. They go out when it's fair weather, just to go to a beach, in front of a beach, anchor, eat, loud music, swim. That's
only
bad.
a part. It's okay.
No, but don't limit yourself to that only.
You should go
we work with kids with character trouble in Sardinia, with borderline to crimes. We take them sailing, and we use these issues, about with these tips about nature. You see how calm it is. First, you have to collaborate as a team. When you trim the sails, you cannot pull if the other doesn't let out the line. Okay, so it's coordination. You don't use the phone. You're out in the wild. Close to home, but out in the wild.
Sailing has a lot of other benefits, and it's also you cannot spend your money as a teenager on anything else like drugs and things because they will take all your money.
It's like all the sport. It's very healthy, but it's a sport that takes you to nature. Okay? You can actually use this sport for better living immediately. Okay, and share it with other people, with your friends, with your family, or you make new friends. Okay, a lot of new friends. Okay, and it's very equal opportunity in the sense, it's more about the brain than the muscles. Or
just to summarize this, your biggest challenge is
it's myself,
that you feel disappointed when you cannot make people fall in love with the sailing.
Yes.
Okay. He's very romantic, you see. His mind is like a philosopher, and I like this guy. What would be the reason that you immediately fail a student and don't give him, let's say, the day skipper license? What would be the main reason?
Would it not be a mistake exercise or not complete exercise? It never happened yet, but will be a complete disregard, or it can be what I mean. It can be a license to kill. You take people boating out. You are responsible. You are a skipper.
You take them out at sea with a big
even
boat.
If with a big boat, you are not. Something happened. You are not close to the hospital. The rescue has to come. Blah blah blah. I don't say it's a dangerous place, but you have to be aware of it. Even falling in here and spraining an ankle is not like doing at home, where it's much more comfortable, easier to fix. Okay. So it's not so much if you are not a perfect sailor, you make even a jibe mistake. It can happen, but it's really overhaul you. If overhaul you, you're not concerned, worried about your crew and the vessel. Will be.
That's a problem.
That will be a problem because it's something you cannot change. You can practice and exercise and get better and don't make the mistake anymore. But if this is your input and imprint, you cannot change it, the personality so much.
Also, students ask me, is it difficult to get a day skipper license? Do you fail people? And I said, no, it's not difficult. If you read the theory, if you know the basics, and then during the week. We'll try to teach you as much as possible. Yeah, but how can we fail? Well, I say you can fail if you're disregarding safety reasons to you, boat, crew, and so on. You can also fail if by the end of the week you cannot keep the boat on a straight line, docking or using sails. Otherwise, you should be on another place, like, I don't know. And the third is like if you tell me or try to convince me that the Earth is flat.
It is. 1 meter at a time. If you look at 1 centimeter, it's flat. Look, this meter is flat.
Yeah.
You don't have flat land in Romania?
No, we live like in a bubble like this. Yeah. Yeah.
So guys, let's go sailing.
Yeah.
Let's go sailing with Radu.
No, let's go sailing in general.
Yes,
because it's not about
it's not about Radu.
Yeah. Actually, this is why we do all this podcast, and we're trying to bring people closer to sailing, and more than that, exactly as you said, to show them that there is something else than just take the boat for a week, party, be the loudest boat in the bay, and so on. Sailing can be adventurous, it can mean exploration, it can mean friendship. So it's a lot more than just
looking for silence, anchoring in a bay under the stars. You do 2-3 days, then you can go to the town, enjoy, have a party, drink moderately, less than 5 liters, let's say. Okay, so you can do both. You can have both experience. The beauty of wild natures and the social life.
So we have a chapter in our podcast, and it's called Tips and Tricks. Do you have any tips and tricks that you can share with our viewers?
Tip and tricks. Tip. This is an halyard, for example. If it gets pulled by the gennaker to the stopper, you see, it goes back to the stopper like this one. There is a lot of pressure here, 1,000 pounds, whatever. You cannot grab it. I mean, you should grab it and pull it back to its original regulation, but you can't because this is too short. How are you gonna effectively grab it? So don't keep it so short. Just leave it like 20-25 centimeters, like so. So you can always do a sheet bend, so attach another rope, bring it to the winch and pull it efficiently. There we go. In, out, around. It's a sheet bend, a single sheet bend.
Yeah.
Okay. This way you can pull it.
Excellent. I didn't think of this. Yeah, so many things, they're not just, you cannot teach everything. So a lot of stuff.
You're learning along the way.
On the way.
If you are somebody that reflects a little bit, say, how can I do this better? And then you talk to people, how do you do this one? Do you think it's correct? What's your solution?
Yeah.
And blah, blah, blah.
Or you can watch Andrea and steal his ideas.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay guys, the question is how to avoid fatigue steering and oversteering using the sails that you have available on the vessel, the forward sail and the mainsail.
Oh, this is a very good question. The answer is not like only one word. It can be actually
a little description.
A little description, yeah. It was a really nice talk with you. I didn't know so many things about you. I just discovered now. You already were like a mentor to me, but now you are like, oh my God, he's been rescued by the helicopter.
I was afraid. For a couple of years I was afraid.
Yeah.
When I was out and in storm, especially with thunder and pretty much the same condition, the memory came back, but I overcome this fear and I use that fear at my advantage.
Yeah, so to become better.
To become better, yes.
Yeah.
To not be afraid to be afraid. So when it's bad, be concerned, focus.
And find a solution.
It's possible, it's possible, let me think about it, let me calm the situation, so not only reduce the sail but take an approach of resistance. Resistance. Then you work it out. Okay.
Andrea, thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you very much.
Guys, thank you for watching. If you liked our episode, please follow, share, subscribe, all that good things for social media. So help us keep on going. And until next time, do sailing safely.